Right, it's Rob Manning from the Bass channel, and today we're going to have a look at the Warwick Streamer. Well, okay, not the Warwick Streamer, the RockBass Streamer. So on the body of the bass, we've got this solid looking Warwick bridge. This isn't just a licensed bridge, this is actually a Warwick bridge made in the German factory, just like the ones that were featured on the original streamers in the late 90s. We've got German Warwick security strap locks, which are fantastic. You get 3 strap locks sent with you to attach to your strap and then clip it in. These are worth about 15 quid. You get those for free, which is fantastic. The wood is solid Carolina or Carolina, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but apparently it's quite an expensive hardwood. I did some research and I couldn't actually find where the hell this wood come from, but it might just be a cheap word for like MDF or something, but hopefully not. I'm going to trust Warwick on this one. It sounds good, so I'm assuming it's quite an expensive or moderately priced. The neck's pretty good. We've got a nice quality rosewood fingerboard. The frets are, they're not brass, I think they're stainless steel, but if I'm wrong just please correct me. I don't think they're brass. Needless to say, the actual fretwork is fantastic. It's pretty flawless. There's no rough fret edges which you get on many basses this price range. You get the fret, the frets are kind of hanging slightly over and they kind of need a bit of attention. You need to sort of sand them down, which is never good. You don't really want to do that to your new instrument, and this fretwork on this instrument is perfect, so good news. Nice quality maple neck. We've got 3 parts of the 3 strips of maple. This is because we had one solid piece of maple and there were some parts of the wood that will say a different grain to the rest of the wood. These would in fact over time, due to temperature changes, humidity etc, would go out of shape, warp etc. So basically many of the basses in this price range have more than one cut of maple, just to make sure we've got a bit of a stronger neck. And if there are any discrepancies in the nature of the wood, hopefully the next part of it hasn't, so that's going to keep that part going. On the front of the bass we've got this nice black sort of cap on the top of the bass which keeps the Warwick look going. We've got a nice streamer logo on the trussword cover. The trussword cover, I'm not sure if you can see, but you don't actually have to unscrew the bastard to get to the truss rod. You can literally just flip off the top where it says streamer, just like the boot of a car, or the hood if you want to call it in America. Get to the truss rod that way. You don't even have to take the strings off, which is fantastic. So it's not too much of a challenge to adjust the action. I mean relief. So like at the back we've got these Warwick made in Germany tuners, angled at a nice angle, so basically it's easier to reach the higher, say the G string. Say on a Fender Jazz you're looking at up about here, and sometimes there's a little bit of reach to get to the G. These are made in Germany, so they are top quality. They're exactly the same tuning pegs that you're going to get on, say, the Warwick thumb bass, which is pretty much one of their most expensive. They've all got the same tuners, so I think that's a good move for Warwick basically, because things like tuners are often the indication of, say, a cheaper bass. Where we've got top quality gear here, it's you're never going to have to worry, you're never going to have to think about replacing them or anything like that. I'd say the only downside aesthetically to the front of the bass is this bloody RockBass logo they've written there, which kind of it kind of blends itself to the more budget line of instruments, trying to appeal to say kids or something, like yeah cool RockBass. But I think if you're playing a Warwick, I think you're more into your funk, if anything. I think for rock music they're good, but not, you're going to get something a little bit better if you're going to use like a Fender. So yeah, it's nothing serious really, it's just sort of, be nice if it just had a W on it, that's like the other Warwick. On the back of the bass I've got this real nice cavity on the back which doesn't require any unscrewing to get to the electronics, which is really nice. I've even quickly taken it off for you so you can have a look at the wiring inside. If you've seen a lot of wiring on cheaper bases, you'll know and you'll appreciate what good wiring looks like, and this is good wiring. It's black for a reason. That's because it's got the electrical insulation paint, which is kind of important to reduce noise on the pickups. It's all perfectly applied, there's no dollops or anything, so that shows that they've even took care of parts units in that most of the market's never even going to look at. There are pictures on the internet of the original made in Germany streamers, and the wiring is pretty much identical. It's even easy to put back on. One thing a lot of people are worried about when they are buying a new bass is the neck dive or body dive. It's usually neck dive. Necks are usually heavier than the rest of the body, so they go like this. It's really annoying if you've not got a strap. Basically, if you do have that problem, you need like a nice fixed suede strap, but you don't have this problem with this bass, so I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not holding any hands, and it's perfectly balanced on my knee. So basically that means when you're playing, I mean, you won't know until you actually have a go on it, but you don't have to apply any pressure on the pickup here to keep the fucker from neck diving, which is brilliant because it really lets you feel free when you're picking, and it certainly gives you the impression that you can play for a lot longer. And I found that I really developed a lot of really good technique playing these basses. I've got, Fender Jazzes, they all kind of do this when you're playing, so you kind of have to put your arm down here to stop the thing from diving towards the floor on the neck side of things, and it's fantastic that this doesn't do that at all. It's a perfect weight as well. It's not too it's not too heavy at all. It's nice to carry around on your back. I'd be happy carrying it for quite a while on my back before I started moaning. Also, it's not too light as well. I found a lot of basses like Ibanez's are just physically too light, which is not a good thing, because it needs to have a certain amount of weight to it to be nice and resonant. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I think I've covered everything except the sound, but that's because the sound demo, I've done a whole video with each different pickup variation, playing with a pick, playing slap, playing softly, playing hard, every style of playing you can imagine. I've recorded it through Line 6 of recording equipment, so you're going to get a perfect tone when you listen to it with some headphones, so you're going to tell exactly how the bass sounds. Along with this review, I don't think there's many reasons why you shouldn't really want to get this, except for if you don't need the thing. I personally would get one while you can before they stop making them. I've heard that Warwick are producing a higher quality version of this soon. Well, not higher quality, I mean nicer looking, with a actual curved body like some of the more expensive streamers, and they're getting rid of this awful RockBass logo and replacing it with a W. The prices are going to be about 500 quid, so it's gonna triple in price for pretty much exactly the same. It will be exactly the same sound. So I personally want to get one as soon as you can. I've actually got two. I've got a fretless and a fretted. The fretless is brilliant for the price, as well as this is. I might do a review on that as well. But yeah, just check out that other sound review, because it took me quite a lot of effort to get it going. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Right, I'm off. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. This concludes the review of the Warwick RockBass streamer. I hope you've enjoyed it, or I hope it's helped you out. If you're thinking of buying this and you came across this video, I'm glad you did, because this is going to give you an even bigger reason to go and buy this instrument. Yeah, I'm glad you've watched the video, and thank you very much. Perhaps subscribe to my channel.